Hello, hello, my dragon family. Rhea here. It is a beautiful spring afternoon. My name is Araya Anra. I am a psychic medium, an energy healer, a dragon master, and a life coach. So I combine all those to help people shift, transform, understand their experiences, what's going on for them, especially when it comes to the dragons. I also help people connect to those dragons to really understand that connection, to open to it more deeply. And I want to talk today about believing is seeing, because so many of us live by seeing is believing, and yet when we get into these realms beyond the 3D, we've been exposed to it. Most of you have already had experiences with dragons or dragon energies. You might not be able to see them. But is that because you don't believe you can? Is it because something is just shut off inside yourself that has not allowed that potential or possibility? So I want to talk about two different aspects of it today, because the fact of the magical realms or the mystical or what is beyond this 3D is what we usually apply it to. If I believe in it, I can see it. And for me, the more I believe, the more I experience and see. And so you might, if you're having trouble seeing or getting vision or clairaudience, there can be a block that's shutting down, that you shut it down consciously as a child, especially if there was children or people in your family that weren't open to it. You would talk about things. I know when I was 3 or so, I had a memory of talking to spirits in the store and mom shutting me down. And at that point, really closing it off. And so I was in my 30s when my gift came back. And so in that, what I was mentioning before is, as I believe, as I experience things and I feel them to be real and I have a very tangible experience, especially with energy. Hi Inger, nice to see you. What I've discovered over the years is, as I allow that in and as I explore it and connect to it deeper, and have even a stronger belief in it, then wow, the next level up can come in. And ooh, then the next level up can come in after that. And that's where we become really exponential beings and really connect to all the dimensions and realms beyond this. But what is the key for us being able to bring those into 3D, into this realm, this life, this body? Because we're human. We are here. We might be dragon too, but we're here to have a human experience. We're here on this planet for a reason, and part of that is this 3D reality. And so translating that whole thought process, believing is seeing, into this reality is really important. Do you believe that, Disneyland is probably one of the biggest attractions worldwide for tourism, whether it's Disney World in Florida, Disneyland in Los Angeles, Disneyland in Paris now. I mean, what? So there's Disneyland everywhere, because people love the magic that it creates. Because Walt Disney could see this fantasy land. He could see this place where families and children would come together and experience magic and he went into fine detail about it so that experience would become real for them. But he couldn't have created that park. He couldn't have created everything within it, or the movies, or all the works of his life, if he didn't believe in it first. And what I'm coming to see is everything that I know and believe in. So whether it's dragons, whether it's financial abundance, whether it's clients walking through the door, whether it's shifting a relationship with my family, when I believe it and start actually seeing it internally, then I start to see it in my world. So by believing it first, we allow ourselves to see it in the ethereal realms, in all the realms beyond, and then we can start anchoring it into the physical. Because once we see it and believe it, it starts moving toward us. And then we can actually manifest and bring it into the physical. And I talked about this a bit on Monday in my Invoke Healing International lives that I do every Monday for the Monday meetup, about keeping your cup full, about really saturating yourself with the things that you want to have in your life. Whether it's dragons, whether it's satisfying work, whether it's a change in relationships, a new way of being or enjoying your kids. There's so many aspects to it. But if you can believe it and see it and visualize it inside, then you can bring it into your reality. And it's easy, and yet it's hard. It's like one of those principles of the universe that is so simple, and yet so complex because we make it so complex. We make it so hard because we don't want to stick with the visualizing every day. We don't want to do the work of actually setting it out there, doing an intention practice daily. And that's what it takes. It takes really keeping that vision alive, keeping what you believe in your heart is possible, seeing it, visualizing it in your mind's eye, in your heart's space, and then actually allowing it to come in so that you actually get to see it in the physical. And so I love both sides of this because they're so connected and related. And I do believe that as more and more of us keep believing and seeing in the magic and mystery that is beyond this 3D realm, that we're going to start seeing more and more of that coming into being. I love that someone posted that rainbow dragon in the sky, the video, this last week. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's only a few posts down, but it might be in the video section. But talk about powerful to see a dragon field of color, or rainbow field of color. Even if you don't perceive it as a dragon, there are people that saw that and just saw rainbow in the sky. And it wasn't like a rainbow from a mist afternoon or a fresh rain. It was a solid thing across the sky that wasn't in the shape of an arc. It was very stretched out, just like a trail behind an airplane, and yet larger. And what a gift that this woman actually took her camera out and filmed it so that we could all share it. So whether you believe that's a rainbow dragon or that energy, and this got brought up recently too, that in one of the posts about seeing these rainbow energies coming into the planet right now, and that, you know, the dragons are along for the ride. And my comment was, actually, the dragons are the ride, because the dragons are the ones holding the matrices of this planet and this universe in place. And so yes, that energy is coming from Mother, Father, God, from the greater central sun, the core of our source of energy that comes through, of all the information streams. And as that comes in, it's the frequency and the carriers who are the dragons are the ride. They're the ones like actually bringing it along the matrix lines to get to us. So that's what I meant by the dragons are the ride. All those energies coming in are coming through the dragon lines that were created to put this universe and planet in place. So just finishing the thought on that, that believing it and seeing it, when enough of us know that those are real experiences, and we start seeing it because we reach a critical mass on the planet of enough people believing and knowing that that is real, then it starts manifesting and people are starting to see it. And do you know that the people that don't believe in it, they still didn't see it? You can show them the video, but they're still not going to believe it. There were comments on that video from someone saying, oh, but I can see a reflection in the window that you're filming through glass and it's making this thing. Well, people, their mind that wants to stay small will create any construct around it to keep them small. The mind is what's keeping us locked in. It's the heart that expands and takes us out, and it's the heart that believes, and therefore it's the heart that's going to see first. And so if you want to stay small and not in your power and not step into anything beyond, because when the mind loses control of what you believe in, what you live and stand in, then it has no role anymore until you give the ego a job, which is something my coach last year talked about a lot. But when we can live in the heart space and stay down here, we'll be able to see and experience those things. But there might be a guy standing next to you that won't be able to experience and see what you do because they don't believe it. So, gonna keep it brief today. I just was really inspired to talk about that. It came through in meditation last night. And it was on my heart. So there it is. And with that believing to seeing, that's one of the things that the dragons have put on me several months back to believe in and see the creation of this Dragon Heart program and this group and the dragon family that would come together and start shifting things around the planet, and the dragon activations that are going to be happening once I get out in the world. There's some happening, but the bigger, I'm responsible for some really big matrix points. I've been shown them, and I've been shown that I'll be traveling with small groups, so I'm really excited about that. And this Dragon Heart program that I was shown and keep being shown, just believe in it. Believe in it and see it. And there they are. They're showing up. And they're hearing the call. And that's powerful to me. That's powerful for them. It's powerful for all of us because that program is going to have an impact globally. There's something happening with the dynamic of it that's linked and connected to this bigger energy that started coming in on the 27th. There was a pyramid activation apparently all around the world on the 27th that is going to take 9 months to integrate. Isn't it interesting that it's synchronously aligned with the 9 months of this program that the dragon said, this is the timing, this is what needs to happen. And so I'm just following through on my part as who I am as dragon and what I'm here to do and bring. And so I'm so excited that the Dragon Hearts are jumping in. And I have mentioned there are 1 or 2 spots left. There are Dragon Hearts out there that are aligning in. We've started. We're 1 class in and the opening ceremony in, but it's not too late. And I guarantee that if you're just finding the information, the program, whether you are physically in it right now or not, if you're one of the 9 that was called, you will look back on the classes that you missed on the playbacks and realize that you were aligned to the energetic of it all along. That you didn't miss anything, that in your sleep state, in your unconscious hours, you are actually doing and receiving the work. So it's just a matter of the mental brain catching up to the pieces that maybe you're a little behind on. But I am still taking applications. If you want to reach out and message me, or email me, Araya@invokehealing.com or Araya@dragonwithin.com. I would love to connect with you and get you an application. And maybe that program's not calling you, but maybe you're wanting to get more connected with your dragon. And there will be more classes coming down the road, but I just announced guided meditations that are available on the dragonwithin.com site. I do 20-minute dragon readings. I do full-blown 75-minute sessions. And so I'm here for whatever connection is going to help you get to your next step. Because for me, that's what it's about. It's about one person at a time, one step of growth at a time. And yet, as we do that, there's exponential leaps, and that gets me really excited. So have a wonderful weekend over Easter. Thanks for tuning in, especially those on the playback. Thank you, Inger, for being here with me. And I hope this hit home or gave you something to think about or something else to believe in to take to the next step to shift what you are experiencing in your 3D reality. Have a great one. I love you guys. Bye.